The college football season is over, but the NFL is still running, and we're going to break it down. Let's go. Alright, James, it's episode 22. I don't know how many more of these we have left, but we're having a good time, huh?
Like 4, maybe?
Maybe 6 or 7? Anyway,
no way we made a 6-7 joke like 10 seconds into the pod, bro. Alright, yeah, episode 22. This is a good one because I think this is kind of like a toned down version of what we have been doing because now college football's over. But it'll be more like, it'll be some cooler breakdowns in this episode, I think. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so let's get into... Actually, let's start with the futures draft. I don't want to do this, actually. But...
Hey, y'all remember how much he was talking last week?
But, no, I was talking to no one. Yeah. So I still got a team in. Still technically possible. I'm in last. I'm at 21 points. After awards finalists came out, it was bad. Will's at 26. And going from worst to first after award finalists came out. Because the 49ers apparently had 20,000 award finalists. It's James at 27, so you're one ahead of Will. But Will has 2 teams in. You have 1 team in. I have 1 team in. So we'll see what happens.
Patriots vs. Rams Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I would like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway. You pretty much need the Rams to win at this point, right?
I don't need the Rams to win at all. I also need some awards.
Yeah, need to win.
We're going to see what happens.
We'll
all
see.
Right. So, National Championship reactions. Indiana finishes the perfect season. One of the best seasons we've seen. Not the best. Don't even, guys.
But up there.
It's pretty good. Pretty good season. They beat Miami. Who gets their 3rd loss of the season in the National Championship game.
Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I thought this was a really good game. Kind of what I expected. Not on the most fun game to watch, but definitely a lot of good football happening. And I think Miami kind of outplayed them in this game. I don't know what you think, but
yeah, they did. Like technically, Miami did. Like they passed for more yards, they rushed for more yards, they had more receiving yards. But like once again, Indiana just found a way to win. Like special teams was incredible for Indiana in this game. Obviously, they had the block punt touchdown, which kind of swung the game.
You're gonna need to stop talking for a second.
What?
Indiana had more rushing yards.
Did they? Oh, I thought it was close. Is it close? Was it close?
It's 21 yards.
Okay. Well, Mark Fletcher, by the way, once again, like shout out to Mark Fletcher. He was so good these playoffs, and he's coming back next year, which would be good for Miami. But I think getting to Miami first, it's kind of like, in my opinion, the U is back. And we kind of talked about it last week, but like I know it hurts right now for Miami fans. Obviously, losing the national title on your home field sucks. But there is a really bright future for Miami right now. And Mario Cristobal has done a great job at bringing back the old culture. And obviously, if they get Mensa in the portal, which is like 100% right now, pretty much, like it's probably going to happen.
Should have said about Sorsby, too.
That's also true. But if they do get Mensa, then it's like, yeah, next year you're right back in contention. And I see a Mario Cristobal run team getting back to a national title in the next 3 to 4 years, honestly.
And we'll see unless he goes to the NFL. Anyway,
also possible, yeah.
I doubt that's going to happen, though. Yeah, Indiana. We'll talk about this later, but that block punt was, I mean, they won by 6 points. It's the reason they won the game.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
It also just won the momentum. It was just, I don't know. Like they got outplayed in this game. They got out physical in the trenches.
We had never seen Indiana.
But they were able to just find a way to score points, find a way to score 27 somehow and win this game. So it's a props to the culture that Kurt Zanetti has built. It's a props to Fernando Mendoza and to their whole team. Because they were winners, and you can see that. Like they've gotten outplayed in some games where they've still won. That's what winners do. So. Big time stuff there.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not just like a good story at this point. Like it's real, and they're going to be back next year, and they're going to put even more into the portal, and they already have put more in the portal than they had last year. They're going to go find guys. And like Signetti said, literally after, he was like, yeah, we're going to celebrate for a couple days, and then it's back to work. Like we're working on 2026, which is a crazy mindset for a coach. Literally, like just won a national title, and that's one of the first things he says. So Indiana football, he's got a really bright future, and they'll be back very, very soon.
Yeah, good season for Miami. Carson Beck had a good game in this one.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
He really kind of, what's his stats? Let's see. He had 1 pick, which is at the end. So other than that, kept the ball out of harm's way. 200 yards, a touchdown. So a solid game from Carson Beck for Carson Beck standards. I mean, Mendoza had a really bad game if you're looking at Mendoza's standards. 16 of 27 for 186 yards. He had, 9 more incompletions and touchdowns. That's not very good. Anyway, don't look at Carson Beck's. So that's about all I got. Congrats to Indiana.
Yeah, I mean
next year.
They laid out the blueprint for what a new team's going to be at this point. Like that, you can go win with an old team with old guys in the portal. It doesn't have to be a bunch of 5-star freshmen.
And as we transfer to the NFL, it's like a thing that I've thought about is like coaches are going to have such short leashes now because of what Cignetti's been able to do. If you find the right guy, you're going to know, and then you're going to have it set right very soon. So teams will be quick to say, no, you're not that guy. Like see what the Jaguars have done. See what.
Even in college football, though.
Yeah,
like
Cignetti.
Like UCLA right now, like with Bob Chesnick. Like they hired the next guy after Cignetti at JMU. So it's like, at this point, he's brought some guys with him. UCLA is a bigger market than Indiana. You have a ton of NIL money in LA. Like, it's a big thing. Like, if Chesney does not succeed in the first 2 to 3 years, he's not going to get much credit. Like, he's not going to get. He doesn't have a lot of slack. So you're right about that, and I agree. And it's going to happen everywhere now. Cignetti's totally changed everything in college football.
Yeah, and look at what happened in the NFL this year in the coaching cycle.
Crazy, bro.
Like all these teams are firing their coaches. You saw what Liam Cohen did. You saw what Mike Vrabel did in his first year. Who's some other ones? There's one I'm missing. They had a really good first year. Ben Johnson. So their guys are out there, and so that's going to be interesting to watch. So then we get into the divisional games. There's 4 of them. We can start with the Bills-Broncos game, which is the first one. Right? Yeah, It was. So Broncos went 33-30, and this is one of 2 overtime games. Lots of controversy in this game.
Yeah.
There's a big injury in this game. James, why don't you let us talk about it for a second? Yeah.
What?
You can go.
What injury?
You can talk. Bo Nix got injured.
Yeah, Bo Nix gets injured on the second to last play, they said. Then he obviously kneeled it out, and then came off a little shaky. They didn't think it was going to be as bad, and then it turned out to be a broken ankle, right? Or sprained ankle?
Broken ankle.
And there was a lot of controversy. There was a call at the end in overtime that was Brandon Cooks thought he had a catch, but it was technically called a pick. And apparently he ripped it away after Brandon Cooks caught it and went down.
Very close.
To be totally honest, we did not watch this game. We were not able to watch this game. I went back and watched the highlights. I assume you watched some of them, right? You saw the play?
No, I mean, I've seen
you saw the play.
I saw the play.
So very controversial call, and Sean Payton gets one to go in his favor finally.
And then they also marched down the field with 3 straight pass interferences after that. So that's also part of it. But
also got some
pass interference
calls for Sean Payton.
Pass interference is pass interference. I didn't see them, but I'm assuming if I haven't seen it, they were good calls. So maybe just don't cheat.
It didn't look that bad. I don't the last drive wasn't as bad for me. Watching highlights.
Maybe just don't cheat, and you can try to win. Josh Allen. He had
not good in this game.
He had 3 touchdowns.
The second half, he was not.
He had 283 yards. He was efficient. He had 66 rushing yards, but he turned the ball over 4 times, and that's what happened. That's a credit to the Broncos defense. Yeah. That's a credit to Josh Allen not holding onto the ball. That one fumble was pretty pitiful. Yeah. And then James Cook picked up his slack in this game, 117 yards on the ground. So I think Josh Allen kind of threw this game away with his turnovers, and I mean it's a shame because this was his year, and they played well enough to win this game. But at the end of the day, you can't turn the ball over. Yeah,
if you go back and watch the clips from after the game, Josh Allen is very emotional. His teammates were emotional because they knew this is the year, dude. The AFC is down. If you win this game, you get to go play the winner of Texans Patriots. At that point, they didn't know. You can go win that game, and then you're in the Super Bowl, which you haven't been to yet. So it's this is a big stepping stone in Josh Allen's career, and he kind of falls short. Which is not something.
Short.
What?
Kind of fall short.
I mean, he did fall short, yeah. But obviously, he has so much time, and we love Josh, and we realize that Josh is that guy, and he will get back. He will get to one. You just got to give it time. Hopefully. I guess we don't technically know. But we'll see what happens. And we'll see what kind of moves they make in the offseason. Can we get Josh a number 1 receiver, man? Please.
Cam Coleman is on their team.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. If you had told me before this game, James Cook could run for 115 yards, and the Broncos would hand the ball off 10 times, who's going to win this game? I would have said Bills, obviously. But the Broncos, the fact that they handed the ball off 10 times and won this game is absolutely insane. The Bills' defense played a solid game, especially in the ground game. But at the end of the day, couldn't really hold them in the passing game. Bo Nix threw for 3 touchdowns.
Really
Did they get like a pick six or something? I think they did.
Did they?
Actually, no.
I don't think so.
No, they had 4 field goals, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they had a pick six.
Let me look. Kicking. Yeah, 4 field goals for Will Lutz.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just... I mean, good game for the Broncos. They're going to have to fix that run game if they want to do anything in this next game against the Patriots. So that's going to be a rough one.
Yep.
All right, next game. Yeah, I don't know how much we have to offer about these games. We didn't watch them. But,
I definitely don't have much on that.
Seahawks-Niners. Seahawks outscored the Niners in their first 13 seconds, right? Rashid Shaheed runs the ball, opening kickoff back for the touchdown, and then the Niners score 6 points. So this is just an utter beatdown. 41-6 was the final score. I mean, anything you got here is just a beatdown.
Yeah, it's just kind of like straight up. The Seahawks are so much better than the Niners, and the Niners are obviously like it caught up to them eventually. Like the injuries were going to catch up. Shout out Rashid Shaheed. We love you here. So we miss you.
I think
dog.
he's a free agent now. So
Really? Okay. Well, not yet. He's still on his technically.
Yeah.
But that stadium, like some of the clips, seeing like different angles of how incredible that stadium was when he returned it, was like awesome. Like Lumen Field at this point might be the best home field advantage left in the playoffs. So
there's only 2
Seahawks
left.
can go very far, and they were just so much better. Like it wasn't really close. And if you go back and watch the game, it's like it's big boy football. Like we're not.
Just the Niners injuries finally caught up to them.
Yeah.
The Seahawks were just able to run the ball straight through him the whole game. Kenneth Walker had 6 yards to carry. He had 116 yards. Sam Darnold only had to throw the ball 17 times, which is definitely a recipe for success. Whereas Brock Purdy, he had the interception, only had 140 passing yards. This defense for the Seahawks is no joke. Showed that in this game, right? McCaffrey, 3 yards per carry.
He's not good.
Not many teams can say they've done that. Brock Purdy was their leading rusher, so for whatever that's worth, just another beatdown. Not much I have to say. Seahawks, Rams is going to be a great game. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, so Zach Charbonnet actually went out with a bad injury. Like I don't know if there's an ACL tear or what, but
I think he did tear his ACL.
Kenneth Walker's the guy the rest of the playoffs, and he stepped up, dude. Like we've been waiting for extended like Kenneth Walker stuff and like giving him red zone touches, and they did, and he like had a bunch of breakoff runs. Like Kenneth Walker was really good in this game. It was pretty easy. Took pressure off Darnold, but Darnold was really good in his last 2 games.
12-17 is nothing to do.
So
12-17, nothing to be
mad
about. His first game. What did he do in his first game? This was his first game, right? Yeah, this was their first game. They're the 1 seed, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I was confused for a second. Anyway, Patriots 28, Texans 16. CJ Stroud, man, he can't get past the divisional, and this was his fault. He had 4 interceptions, and this one of them went for a pick 6. I mean, 21 quarterback rating.
Bro,
so
that is insane.
20 of 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 picks. He had an average of 4.5 yards per throw or per completion. And then he also incompleted more than half his passes.
Yeah, it was kind of like CJ Stroud and Drake May wanted to give the ball to the other team. Drake May fumbled the ball 4 times.
When did he lose?
CJ Stroud, I think only 2.
Yeah, 2.
And CJ Stroud threw 4 picks. It was a gross game. Did not like watching the highlights of this game at all. But yeah, respect to the Patriots. They found a way to win. Dude, Kayshon Boutte, that catch he made. If you don't know what Kayshon Boutte did in that catch, go look it up. That catch is incredible. It's on All-Pro Derek Stingley.
Tiger on Tiger right
And
there.
I was thinking about that. Boutte at this point in his career does not get enough credit in the LSU wide receiver U talks.
Yeah.
He is in that conversation. You know what I mean? Obviously you think of Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. last year, and then Chase and Jefferson, and then it's Boutte, and then it's at that point there's not really many. We have top end. Ohio State's got more of the depth.
Yeah, because they suck.
So
they're middling mediocrity.
But he might be the number 5, honestly.
But yeah, in the NFL right now, yeah.
Yeah. So
Drake May turned the ball over 3 times. But I think the big discrepancy in this game, neither team can run the ball very well, but Woody Marks ran for 14 carries, 17 yards. And Ramondre Stevenson, 16 carries for 70. So it was pretty clear who kind of dominated this game. And the Texans had a chance up until the last quarter and a half or so.
Yeah.
But they were in this game, and they kind of threw it away at the end of the first half because C.J. Stroud had all 4 of his interceptions in the first half, and 2 of them were like in the last few minutes, and they went from winning the game to being down by like I think 2 scores. So definitely threw that away late in that first half. Because without that, this is a very close game, very different game. Because they were playing pretty solid up until then.
Yeah. And then it was just it was kind of like Houston defense was just kind of on the field the whole game, so eventually they're gonna get tired. And we know that Houston defense to be like so good, like otherworldly this
Woody
year.
Marks lost a fumble.
Literally they were handing the ball to the other team, straight up, like gross football. Both teams were gross. Both teams I do not trust. But at this point, it's like Patriots have a way to get to the Super Bowl now with the Bo Nix injury and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, frick the Patriots, bro.
Patriots have literally played 2 horrible.
The Patriots have never had struggles, you know.
Facts.
Anyway, Rams Bears.
Probably the best game.
Yeah, not the way I expected this one to go at all. More defensive game, which is obviously not what you expect. But you did get what you expected from Caleb Williams. This one went to overtime as well. 20-17 was your final. The Rams were able to win, and the 4th down throw by Caleb Williams was amazing. Like I don't know what the defender was doing. I think he just kind of got lost. Like I think he just lost the ball.
Yeah.
Or like misread it or something. But he just kind of like he was guarding him, and then just kind of wasn't.
I genuinely don't know if I've ever seen like a better play than that.
Yeah, but throw 3 interceptions, you probably shouldn't win the game. Yeah,
agreed.
I mean, somehow, like, for reference, he threw for 3 interceptions. He had 72 quarterback rating. He dished out 21.
It was also like the Bears like would get a drive. They got stopped on 4th down at the goal line. Caleb threw a pick in the red zone. Like the Bears were making mistakes in like when they were in scoring territory, and that's why they lost because there were so many scoring opportunities where the Bears could have won this game. They honestly outplayed the Rams offensively. That Rams defense obviously stepped up on 4th down and 3rd downs, and like the Bears just could not extend drives, and when they did extend drives, they would make mistakes.
And I mean that Bears defense played an amazing game. Like you only give up 17 points to regulation to the Los Angeles Rams, the MVP of the league, most likely Matthew Stafford. Like that's really good, and the fact that their offense wasn't able to back them up is really surprising because of the way they've been playing all season, and with Ben Johnson, who we just talked about. I mean, for the Rams, like Stafford finally got some help on the ground, which we were talking about last week. Had 87 yards on the ground for Kyron Williams. It's 4 yards a carry. He had 2 touchdowns. Stafford, he was not great in this game. No touchdowns, no picks, which is important because Caleb threw 3 of them. But he had 20 of 42. That's under 50%. 258 yards. So definitely not his best game.
Yeah, Matt, the past couple weeks have just been Like, he's been okay.
We'll see.
And they've gotten outplayed, and they've still won, which says something. Like, because the Rams can, like,
I wouldn't say they got outplayed against the
in that game.
In this game they did in the Panthers game. I think they outplayed the Panthers. The Panthers were because that first half. Remember? I mean, the Rams should have been up 4 scores.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, but like in the second half, bro.
In the second half, the Panthers played better, but not even close to what it was the first half. Anyway, Stafford. I don't know how much the weather affected him. Because he's going to be in Seattle, which would be much better.
Not at this point.
Yeah.
He's like 37 years old.
And he's played in Detroit. But
it literally should not.
Seattle, definitely a better place to play if you're looking for a more nicer, I guess, climate.
Time,
so, yeah.
Just a gross, like...
Those teams are fine on the ground. Those teams are fine on the ground. No one lost any fumbles. It was kind of just a game.
Yeah.
A game of all games. Lots of punting.
Thing is, I will probably remember this game though because of that Caleb Williams throw. Like, I'm gonna remember that play for a very long time.
Both teams very aggressive on 4th down. You saw the Bears turn it over a couple times. I think the Rams did as well, or at least went forward a few times. Matthew Stafford's QBR was 31.6. So talking about like compared to Caleb Williams, I don't really know how that works because. That is stupid. They had like the same amount of... No.
20 for 42.
Stafford had more yards. He was 23 for 42. Like, Stafford had more yards. Stafford had 3 less completions. Stafford had 3 less interceptions. And only 2 less touchdowns. Like, that should be... These should be closer.
I don't know if it looks at other things like... Does it look at like...
I think it looks at like how much...
passes were.
I think it looks at how accurate you were or something. He drops, takes into account, I think.
So...
I don't know, man. That's just weird. This stat kind of...
Honestly, though, like, Caleb did technically play better in this game. He just had picks when he shouldn't have, which is a young quarterback versus a veteran quarterback, right? Like, straight up. Like, Caleb right now in that game had more talent and played a better game, but he just wasn't as clean as Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, that's part of the game, man.
That's what loses you the game.
So he's going to have to clean up. He had 40 yards on the ground, which maybe helped him. Matthew Stafford's -1. Anyway, about all I got there. Kind of the game. We're going to talk about these conference championship games in a minute. So,
like, going into these conference championship games, I really don't trust anyone.
No, I don't either.
Except the Seahawks at this point.
Yeah.
Like, no one's earned my trust except the Seahawks. So, but
the Rams are losing it. That's for sure. Yeah. All right.
You ready? Let's move to our next segment. Cue music.
Indiana beats Miami to secure the program's first national title. The Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, and Patriots all advanced to the conference championship games, but Jared Stidham will be starting for the Denver Broncos in the AFC championship game because Bo Nix broke his ankle last week against the Bills on the second-to-last play of the game. The Bills fire head coach Sean McDermott after the overtime loss to the Broncos. Crazy to think if that catch gets ruled a catch, Sean McDermott still has a job. Falcons hire former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski as their head coach. Dolphins hire Green Bay defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley as their head coach. The Titans hire former 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh as a head coach. Interesting to see what he does not at the Jets. The Ravens hire Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their head coach. The Packers release corner Trayvon Diggs after picking him up just 3 weeks ago. Jimmy Butler his ACL. He'll be out for this season. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones were both voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Mets trade for White Sox outfielder Luis Robert and Brewers starter Freddie Peralta. The Rangers trade for Washington starter Mackenzie Gore. There's some big prospects on the move. 2 of the Mets' top 5 were traded, and 2 of the Rangers' top 6 were traded. Cody Bellinger signed to the Yankees. That's 5 years, $163 million. And James, MVP finalists were announced. It is Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Trevor Lawrence, and Josh Allen. Who's your pick?
I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford just because what we saw the first 16 weeks this year, 15 weeks this season were, like, insane. And the fact that he's
that one stretch where he had 20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, and the fact that he's so old doing it is also incredible. Now, I agree, like, Drake May was more accurate. I think in certain situations, Drake May was better. But, like, overall, the NFL MVP this year of the regular season was Matthew Stafford. I think he led the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns.
Probably
so,
did,
like, yeah, I think it goes to Matthew Stafford. At this point, it's a quarterback award. Like, MVP straight up, most valuable player in football was Christian McCaffrey. Like, he kind of carried the 49ers.
But that's not the award is.
That's not what the award is at this point. So, I think Stafford should win it, but I think Christian McCaffrey should have a really strong case.
Yeah, good to see Trevor Lawrence here, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, who knows? Maybe they give it to Josh Allen because he's, him. I'm going to say Matthew Stafford as well. He's been the best quarterback. He's been struggling as of late, but that middle of the season, it was no doubt that he was the best, and he was making every throw in the book. He wasn't making mistakes. He still really isn't making very many mistakes, even though the production's kind of toned down. Drake May's been really good, but it's just a start for him. And we'll see. He just didn't have as much firepower when he played. Like Matthew Stafford, when you watched him, you were like, yeah, this guy's got it. Anyway,
I think the way you can ask yourself a question though is like, if I put a mid quarterback, like the definition of a mid quarterback, like if I put C.J. Stroud on the Rams, they probably still make the playoffs. If I take Christian McCaffrey off the Niners, I don't think they make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
So that's one way to look at it.
You want McCaffrey to win.
But at this point, it's a quarterback award, so I give to Stafford for sure.
All right. I mean, they're probably not in the playoffs. They had like a mid running back.
No.
Like if you C.J. Stroud.
You Brian Robinson Jr. back there.
No. With Kyle Shanahan, it's probably not. But with Kyle Shanahan, anything is possible.
Can't. Like he was literally there. He had the most receiving yards on their team.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Kyle Shanahan, they scheme someone else.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Let's get the conference championship games. Second seed Patriots at the first seed Broncos. All chalk, but definitely not the 2 best teams. So 2 things to watch for each team. It's the elephant in the room for the Broncos. Jared Stidham's your starting quarterback. But you got to remember, this is Sean Payton's offense. Sean Payton is a brilliant offensive mind, and he really trusts Jared Stidham. He's come out and say it this week. Obviously, what else are you going to say? But I think it's worth saying something, the way he talked about Jared Stidham.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this game, with the offensive scheming. Looks like J.K. Dobbins could be back, which is huge. Interesting to see what kind of risks they take, how they have him operating this offense, and how he looks with the Sean Payton offense, because it's really easy to make a quarterback look good with Sean Payton.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mine's a little different. It is Jared Stidham, but can he run the offense really well? Because, in my opinion, the Broncos have a different offense than they did like last year, for an example. Like they send way more guys in motion. They have a bunch of different schemes. Like they have 2 guys in motion almost every single play if you watch. Like all the time. There's guys moving around. They make sure they have man coverage. Like, can Jared Stidham run that offense well? Because if he can do that and he can slide into a Bo Nix role pretty like seamlessly, the Broncos have the better team at this point, and I think they beat the Patriots.
Yeah, if he plays as good as Bo Nix does.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. It's like it's really not a plug and play offense this year. Like it's not like you can just throw any quarterback in there and they're going to be successful. So if Jared Stidham can figure it out, he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. That's why he was like one of the first guys that Sean Payton got in free agency last year. So if Jared Stidham can run it really well, obviously they'll be successful. But it's not very, very easy this year compared to last year. An offense to run.
Yeah. So what you saw last week from the Bills was the fact that they were able to get the run game going big time. That's why they were able to score 30, right? And with the pass game that they have, or the pass defense that the Broncos have, it's going to be really tough to get something going in the air for Drake May. So it's super important that you get Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson going. You have to make sure that you're able to run the ball with potency and make them respect it, and also less reliance on your receivers against those DBs and that pass rush. So if you can't get the run game going, if you're forced to pass the whole game, it's going to be a really long day for Drake May. And the Patriots are going to get hit a lot. They're not going to probably make some mistakes. They're not going to get a lot of yards. It'll be a long day if they can't get the run game going.
Yeah, mine's very similar. Mine's just the running backs matchup on both sides is something interesting to watch. Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson towards the end of the season were one of the best running back duos in the league. And then obviously getting J.K. Dobbins back, and R.J. Harvey's been really good towards the end of the season. And R.J. Harvey's one of your pass catchers, and with Stidham, like you need a check down option. And if R.J. Harvey can get out in space, like there's a bunch of different options that the Broncos offense can unlock. Because you can run the ball with Dobbins and you can throw it with R.J. Harvey. And then on the other side with the Patriots, it's kind of just like beat you down with both, with Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. And if they both get going, it's a runaway victory for the Patriots. So both running backs, obviously, both running back duos playing crucial roles. J.K. Dobbins has logged 2 limited participant practices so far this week. I don't know what happened today, but on Wednesday he was limited. On Thursday he was limited. Don't know what happened today, but right now it's trending towards he can play. So
yeah, so I'm just looking at these quarterback stats. Like Matthew Stafford's MVP. They're the same amount of interceptions. Matthew Stafford threw for over 300 more yards and 15 more touchdowns.
Oh yeah, touchdown. Yeah,
yeah.
For sure.
So it's
but
like,
then you look at completion percentage is like crazy high. Completion percentage is like 80% Drake May and like 60% Matthew Stafford. Like it's totally different.
Right. So New England only minus 3.5 in this game with Jared Stidham starting. It seems like a pretty favorable line. But with the Broncos defense, you never know. It's either going to be, I don't know. This game's probably going to be pretty close. But I think 3.5 is pretty favorable. Anyway, let's go to our picks. I think this will be a very defensive game, just by nature. These Broncos defense plus the Patriots, what they've been able to do along with the quarterback for the Broncos that's starting. I think Jared Stidham's going to look okay. He's going to look like a good backup quarterback, which is what all you can expect.
Exactly what he is.
I think he's going to be able to take the short throws, but won't be able to push the ball down the field very well. I think they're going to have trouble moving the ball. And I think the Patriots, they're just going to protect the football. They're going to take advantage of the opportunities that they get with good field position. I think they win 20-10. So that's my pick. Patriots 20, Broncos 10.
Okay, so I guess I have Patriots technically, but on the spread. I had the Patriots winning 24-20. I think it's closer. I think Jared Stidham plays a pretty dang good game. I just don't know if it's enough because I think the Patriots just have more guys right now. Now, defensively, obviously, if Denver can force a few turnovers, if Drake May keeps handing the ball to the other team, like literally fumbling the ball to the other team, that's when it gets a little dicey. But I think that it is going to be the Patriots, and I think Christian Gonzalez for me is an X factor. Because if you genuinely just take Cortland Sutton out of the game entirely, Jared Stidham's going to have a rough day, which I think Gonzo will do in this game. I think the Patriots win 24-20.
Yeah, that completion percentage is not that much different.
What is it?
It's like 7.
7%?
Yeah, which is a lot,
so
but it's 72 to 65. So, I mean, not...
That's pretty... I mean, it's good.
Matthew Stafford's going to win the MVP.
Is Drake May's completion percentage, like... Is that...
What?
I thought it was way... I honestly thought it was way higher than that. But
Matthew Stafford is 17th in the league at 65. Drake May's first at 72. Tyler Shock, by the way, number 10. Spencer Rattler, by the way, number 9.
That's what I saw. Adjusted completion.
Adjusted completion.
Which means it counts like drops and stuff.
Nobody cares, bro. Anyway, 2 Saints in the top 10, by the way. Rams, Seahawks. 5 seed Rams visiting the 1 seed Seahawks. Definitely the best teams, even though it's not chalk. My thing for the Seahawks is just like Sam Darnold's gonna have to make plays in this game. He didn't have to do that last game. They were able to just hand the ball off and cruise to a win against the sorry 49ers team that probably shouldn't have been there and was playing really bad. But he's banged up in this one. He had the oblique injury. He's probably not all the way healed. He's gonna be banged up. So what does it look like this week? 'Cause he didn't do a lot last week. Now the injury's still there. How can the Rams exploit that? And can they exploit it? Because if you allow them to just run the ball, then that's obviously a different story. But I think Sam Darnold's have to make plays. I'm interested to see, again, what does playoff Sam Darnold look like?
Yeah. Mine, I think one thing to watch is this game could actually be very high scoring. We said the same thing about the Rams.
Yeah, the 2 games have been.
But I think this has a better chance. Yeah, obviously the last 2 games have come down to the wire. They've both been close, high scoring. And even though both teams have really incredible defenses, like truly, both teams' defenses are great. Seahawks probably have the edge, but I mean, the Rams have been incredible on defense too.
But it doesn't matter.
Great defenses can still fold under like pressure, straight up.
Great defenses can't stop Matthew Stafford and Sam Darnold and these offenses.
Yeah, they can.
I mean,
yes, they can. Like,
they can. But like, it's not easy. Like they both scored 30 points in each game.
Not easy.
Bro,
no,
what are you talking?
No team's easy. What?
Nothing. Just go.
Okay. High scoring game. Go ahead.
For the Rams, I said the Rams, they're going to need to run the ball in this game. Last week, it was a fine running game. They had 4 yards per carry, which is enough to get you a first down on 3 carries. But, like, I was just probably going to need a little bit more. It would be tough for Stafford to beat this defense by himself, right? Really good defense for the Niners. Or, not the Niners, the Seahawks. So, whoever can run the ball more effectively in this game, I think, has a big edge. And if that's the Rams, I think they're going to be able to score at ease.
Yeah, mine's a question. What team can do more new things? Because obviously they've seen each other twice this year. It's the 3rd time they're meeting. It's really been the 2 best teams in the NFC, if we're really thinking about it. They have been. So, like, who's got new stuff? Like, can the Seahawks still jump on the Rams quick like they've been doing on other teams? Like, is that possible? Or do they have to change some stuff up? Will Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford kind of deviate from what their plan is coming into a game? Like, can they do that? Obviously, I think they both can. One's an incredible coach. One's a veteran quarterback. But do they do those things? And there's a lot of questions to be asked where if things don't go your way, try out new things. Maybe it's a fake punt randomly. Maybe it's things like that the Seahawks haven't seen or the Rams haven't seen. Which team's got new stuff, can implement new plays? I think that's the team that wins.
They've seen each other twice. Both been great games. I expect nothing less. My pick, look, I've seen this game twice before, like I just said. I think in both games, the Rams just outplayed them. They won the first one. They took the second one away, but I think you could tell the Rams in both games were the better team. They've been struggling as of late, but I think they can pull it together. I don't think the Sam Darnold injury is going to affect him late in this game. His ability to make plays when the Rams force you to throw it, I think that's going to be a little tough. So now I just trust the Rams more at this point in the season. Like what I've seen from them this season has been so much better than anything I've seen from anyone else. And so I'm going to pick the Rams to win it, 34-31. To move on to the Super Bowl. Stick with my pick from before the playoffs. Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm going the other route. I'm going with the Seahawks because they've shown me more than any other team in the playoffs. Like, straight up. They've been the best team in the playoffs. It hasn't been close. Like, after that game, they are the best. They're the number 1 seed in the NFC for a reason. Like, they won their division for a reason. And I just think the Seahawks win 34-38. I think it's, like I said, a high-scoring game. Now, obviously, if the Rams get together and look like how they looked towards the beginning and middle of the season, yeah, like that Rams team will win the Super Bowl. But the problem is I haven't seen it in the past 6 weeks, pretty much, except for the Cardinals game, which I'm not really counting.
I think I could go out there and throw for 400 yards against the Cardinals right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really know. Obviously, I think anything could happen, and with Matthew Stafford at the helm, it's like, obviously the Rams could go on a run. But I think the Seahawks win with defense. late in the game. And I just think the team I trust a little bit more. I also think Kenneth Walker has another legacy game with a full reps of practice.
Yeah, he's really good. He is really good. Interesting to see. I want to see. Actually, in a minute, I'll look up how he's done against the Seahawks. I think both teams have been really good in the run game in both games. That's why they've been able to score so many points, because when these teams get their running games going, it's over.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into Dog of the Week.
Dog of the Week.
You go first.
All right. I thought about just going with Coach Signetti on this one, because it's like, bro, let's be real. Like, that's one of the greatest turnarounds in the history of sports. But I went a different thing, and I read an article by this guy, or not by this guy, but about this guy, and I thought he was really cool. I liked his story a lot. His name's Jamari Sharp. And if you watch the national championship game, you know who Jamari Sharp is. He's the cornerback from Indiana. He's from Miami, which is really cool, and he made the game-sealing interception. He also had the second most tackles in that game. He had 5 solo tackles as a cornerback. It's really good. He had 6 total tackles. He also had a pass deflected, which as a cornerback you don't get many of them. So I go Jamari Sharp. I think it was really cool. There's a story like he grew up with really nothing, and not he didn't get many offers, and followed Coach Sig, and he was in the national championship game on the field he used to play in high school, and he got a pick to seal the game. So that was a really cool story.
Oh, okay. By the way, both these games, the team that won had a significantly better rushing attack. I mean, the Rams in the first game had a 5-point-something yards per carry compared to 3-point-something. And then it was Seattle had 6-point-something compared to 3-point-something for the Rams. So in the second game. So yeah, I mean, the fact that the Rams were in that second game, or the fact that they were winning by so much, is just a testament to Matthew Stafford. The way he was playing that first half was amazing. But anyway, Dog of the Week is the segment we're on, so I'm going to do that. My Dog of the Week is Mikhail Kamara, D lineman, Indiana. And like I said, he blocked the punt, and it was recovered for a touchdown. This was the difference in the game. They won by 6. And also, this got momentum for them, and this was the reason they won the game. Indiana was outplayed in this game, kind of the whole time. And so the fact that they were able to sneak these 7 points in was huge. And that is, I'll say again, that's the reason they won the game. They had the momentum after that, even though they didn't really keep it. So, number 1 Indiana, number 10 Miami, 27-21. They get the program's first natty because of Mikhail Kamara's block punt. So.
And because Signetti's the best coach in college football, and that's not close.
Yeah,
crazy. I'm interested to see what the offense looks next year with a different quarterback and a true
still a top guy though.
A receipt. Well, obviously, yeah. But maybe with a more talented quarterback than Mendoza, straight up in a system that is gonna help quarterbacks. Or maybe Mendoza's just him, straight up.
I mean, Mendoza's 6'5".
Hoover is Hoover's got
and
talent.
that run he made at the end of the game.
Dude, that was saw.
He's better than we give him credit for.
The Mendoza throw in the end zone against Penn State and the Omar Cooper catch. If you haven't seen that clip, obviously it's incredible. A lot of people say that's his Heisman moment, but his Heisman moment low-key came in the national title game. Picking up that 4th down in a crucial spot in the game, taking a hit going into the end zone. That picture of him taking a hit sums up the majority of what Indiana did this year. And it's an incredible story. It's one of the greatest stories ever, what Indiana football did.
They don't know about Gene Lieber.
You're right. Most losses in college football history, and then going to a national title in Signetti's second year, coming from JMU. It's crazy.
Interested to see if Signetti ever leaves, whether it's for the NFL or for an SEC job. Well, not for an SEC job.
I think he'd only leave for the NFL.
Yeah.
At this point.
I mean, that's interesting to see how that works out. But shorter episode today. Lots of fun to talk about this stuff. Next week, I don't even know what we're doing, so just I guess we'll be surprised. We're talking about football. We're going to talk about the conference championships. We'll probably do a little something else as well because we'll have time. So for the first time ever, we'll have time.
Yeah.
So.
And Pro Bowl.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Pro Bowl.
No.
Are they doing anything different for the Pro Bowl this year?
I think it's just the same fly football thing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, see y'all in the next one.
Peace.